Very good. Okay. Yes, good to go. This is cryptocurrency business review, and we'll start by analyzing something very, very simple here. Cryptocurrency is the way to go. For those who are hearing about cryptocurrency for the first time, I am gonna, talking a little, just the surface understanding of what cryptocurrency is. Okay, so we're actually in a position today, right? And that's a position that could bring fortune to a number of people. Okay, I don't know why my slide is not moving. All right, great. So I think we may want to manage it this way because when I make it full screen, it's difficult for my slide to move. I don't know why. All right. Now, you missed becoming a billionaire if you knew this in 2009. Now, what I'm about to tell you right now, if all of you listening to me today knew about it in 2009, you would have been a billionaire. And guess what? What is most surprising about this, my statement, is how much would it have cost you in 2009 to become a billionaire now in 2017? And that's what happened. In 2009, 10,000 units of Bitcoin was just 16,000 naira. I'm telling you, 10,000 units of Bitcoin. Now, this is how I want you to look at it. Imagine in 1920, 10,000 plots of land in Asokoro, Abuja was sold for 1,000 naira for 10,000 plots. Now you can imagine how much one plot is worth today. One plot, for example, could be worth, maybe in Asokoro, maybe nothing less than 30 or 50 million. If you have 10,000 of such plots, that is over 500. What's 500? Maybe 50 billion naira. Now, for this instance I just showed you, or rather talked about, I was comparing something that happened in a space of 80 years or maybe 90 years. But right now, I am telling you about what happened in a space of less than a decade. So if you knew about this, for example, you would have most likely become a billionaire, because 10,000 units of Bitcoin, just like 10,000 plots of land, in 2009 was just 16,000 for the whole 10,000, not just for one. But guess what? Sometime last month, 1 unit of Bitcoin was sold for $1,000. So if you had 2 units of Bitcoin, that means you have $2,000. If you have 10 units of Bitcoin, that means you have $10,000. If you have 100 units of Bitcoin, that means you have $100,000. Now, think about somebody who bought 10,000 units for 16,000 naira. Last month, he would have had $10 million. And guess what, friend? $10 million in naira today is equivalent to 5 billion naira. Now, tell me why you would not be angry with yourself that you didn't know about this opportunity. Tell me why you would tell me, you would ask me, or rather challenge my statement that you missed becoming a billionaire if you knew this in 2009. Now, how did it happen? Now, what brought this mind-blowing return of investment within this short time? I mean, perhaps in history, there's never been an asset that has appreciated in this magnitude in a short time. Now, I'm going to tell you why. It is because of the property or the features that a cryptocurrency offers. Now, I'll tell you something really true. You know, I stay here in Lagos, for example, and I stay on the island, okay? So a couple of years ago, let's say 5 decades back, okay, properties on the island were not that expensive, okay? Now, but today properties on the island are so expensive. Now, reason is simply because people feel okay, the island is safer, or they have more, the standard of living there is better, and all of that. Now, the value of properties on the island is, it's rising, and it's premium because of the features that the island offers. It's not like the land on the mainland or land somewhere else in Lagos or outside Lagos. It's not like the lands are different. As a matter of fact, the island is waterlogged. It's the same land. One plot of land is one plot of land. But why would see that one plot of land in somewhere at maybe, I don't know, some places on the mainland will cost like maybe 2 million naira, but somewhere on the island is going for 30 million, 40 million. It's simple. It's the features around it. Now, why it happened with Bitcoin is that cryptocurrency has been able to solve a problem that fiat currency, when I'm talking about fiat currency, I'm referring to your US dollars, I'm referring to your naira, I'm referring to your pounds. It's solving a problem that fiat currency created, and fiat currency has been able to solve, which is the first problem. Cryptocurrency, in which Bitcoin was the first of all, was the first currency free from artificial value. Artificial value. Today, the value of our money is artificial. It's not backed by anything. It is backed by the words of men that we put in power as governors or as the government. So tomorrow they wake up and tell us this and we'll go by it. Tomorrow they wake up and say, you can no longer use your cards to pay things overseas, and the naira starts falling. This is the first time that a currency will be free from the control of a common man like us that's in power. So it is free from artificial value. Number two, it is inflation proof. It is the only currency in the world, cryptocurrency, that has the same property as an asset. What is an asset? An asset is something that can produce money for you. An asset is something that you have today, and by tomorrow, it has appreciated in value. What 1,000 naira notes can buy in 2000, 1,000 naira note cannot afford that in 2017. By the way, previously, people went to the cinema with 100 naira to watch a movie. Right now, if you don't have around 1,500 naira, you cannot see a movie. So by the day, the value of fiat currency is dropping. Now, I'll tell you this. Don't tell me it's just only naira. The US dollars also. Previously, what 100 US dollars could buy, you could go into shops with maybe $10 and have your cart full. But right now, you need a couple of $100 to do same. Okay, and I'll tell you reason. Because all fiat currency are prone to inflation. They are not assets. And number three, cryptocurrency is the cheapest, the fastest, and the safest way to transfer money worldwide. Imagine before the email breakthrough came in. If you needed to send an email, for example, from Lagos to America, it's going to take me maybe a minimum of maybe 1 or 2 days. I'm sending a mail, a note to a friend somewhere in Texas. It's going to take me maybe a day or two before my friend is going to read my message. But when the email came in, for example, if I click a button now and click the send button, irrespective of where my friend is, whether my friend is by my side or at the other part or the other side of the planet, the same time it will take to get to my friend's email, whether it's by my side or the other side of the planet, is the same. So with email, distance became negligible. Same with cryptocurrency. With cryptocurrency, cross-country and cross-currency operations become negligible. You can click a send button right now and the money is there, irrespective of where they are. Now, I remember the last time, I don't know if you can remember the last time you tried to send money out of this country. Or I don't know if you remember the last time you tried to receive money out from, into this country. How many days does it take? They're going to tell you interbank and all of those issues. But with cryptocurrency, sending of money has no barrier before it. It is the cheapest way, because when you're sending money with cryptocurrency, okay, you want to send some money, for example, internationally. The bank is going to charge you, the interbank is going to charge you. They're going to charge you, keep charging you and charging you and charging you. But with cryptocurrency, you can send a lot of money with just almost negligible fee on it. And of course, it is the safest way to transfer money. Now, I'm not going to dive into how safe cryptocurrency is, but for your information, after this meeting, you can go and research blockchain, the word blockchain. If you understand what blockchain is, you understand how safe cryptocurrency is. If you understand what cryptography is, you understand how safe cryptocurrency is. Listen, there is no form of security that is higher than cryptography or blockchain all over the world. It's proven. So most of the technology that your banks use, most of the technology that the CBN use cannot be compared to blockchain or cryptography. That is why, for example, nations in the world are now considering moving their businesses and their transactions using the blockchain and cryptography. Now, the fourth way is that it's controlled by no government or bank. True people-based currency. And the simplest way I can establish point number 4 is real estate. Now, if you have a property, for example, the government cannot say, sell this your land for 200,000 naira. No, you are the one who will say, I want to sell my land for this amount. But guess why? You cannot sell your land higher than the prevailing amount, because you have competitors. So where there is competition, when there is no monopoly, the true value of any commodity will be found. And that's the beauty of cryptocurrency. It is not controlled by any central body. Call it the government, call it the bank. It is controlled by the people. So today, the value of Bitcoin is $1,000. It's simply because more people are willing to buy Bitcoin at that price. If tomorrow we say Bitcoin should be sold for $200 and everybody unanimously agree that it should be $200, the value of Bitcoin becomes $200. But listen, friends, you cannot wake up this morning and say, let Naira for dollar be exchanged for $50 per Naira. Nobody can. Even if the whole nation, if every Nigerian raise up and say Naira should become 50 Naira to $1, it will never happen. Because there is a government, there is a CBN, and they are all of those people. Now listen, friend, I ask you a very simple question. Would you want to be involved in a situation where your voice doesn't count? Where your voice is an echo? Or you want to be involved in a situation where your echo now becomes a voice? Now, if you just said yes to my last question, then I tell you, congratulations and welcome to the new world of cryptocurrency. Now, you have to know the 2 eras in the lifetime of a cryptocurrency. Every cryptocurrency, listen, Bitcoin is the first but not the last. We have close to 600 plus cryptocurrencies in the world right now. Every cryptocurrency has 2 eras in its lifetime. We have the trade era and we have the spend era. Okay, now for the trade era, okay, that is the time in which the cryptocurrency just got started, right? I'm gonna take this away. All right, very good. Now, every cryptocurrency, okay, the trade era, okay, it's, you see, when the value of any cryptocurrency is determined by the people. And guess what? So all cryptocurrency, most of the times, Every true cryptocurrency starts at a very low value. For example, Bitcoin. Bitcoin started around 1 to 10 cents. And how it gets value is as more people tend to see the need to have it as an exchange for their fiat currency, the value keeps rising up. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because every true cryptocurrency has a finite amount that can be available. I explain why I mean this. For example, there can only be 20 million units of Bitcoin in the world forever and ever. You cannot create more than 20 million units of Bitcoin. Now look at it this way. Let's assume, for example, you have a shop and you sell cell phones there. You sell iPhones there. And you have just 10 iPhones. And you sell each iPhone for 100,000 naira. Now, if you have 10 people needing that iPhone, of course, and you have 10 of it, your 100,000 naira will stand. But what in a situation you have 1,000 persons needing that 10 iPhone? Of course, the only way you can give out, the only yardstick to give the best 10 out of the 1,000 is to raise price. The thing here that is limited to you is supply. You cannot get more iPhones. So what do? Since the supply is fixed, what controls the price is the demand. As more people, for example, demand for a cryptocurrency, because every cryptocurrency, the supply is fixed, the value goes up. And that happens during the trade era. And that's why you see Bitcoin, for example, went from about 1 cent, 10 cents to over 1,000 plus. Because as more people know about Bitcoin, it becomes more expensive to get into the hands of people. Now, for example, Bitcoin has gotten to, is gradually, okay, look at it. Bitcoin started its trade era in 2009, but now provides a great opportunity in spend era. Because, for example, Bitcoin is close to $1,000, or let's assume it's 1,000. Actually, it became 1,000 sometime like this month. Actually, 1,000, and today's riding around 850 as of when this video was, this presentation was done. Okay, so if you invest 1 million naira right now into Bitcoin, and the value of one Bitcoin is $1,000, okay, that means your 1 million naira can only be 2 million naira. It can only double when the value of Bitcoin goes from $1,000 to $2,000. And guess what? If you still put 1 million naira to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was 1 cent, when it moved from 1 cent to 2 cents, your 1 million naira will still become 2 million naira. But now the question here is, if it's moved from 1 cent to 10 cents, your 1 million naira now becomes times 10, 10 million naira. But now, today, for Bitcoin to move from $1,000 as its value to $10,000, it cannot happen in 1 month. It just can't even happen in 6 months. It's almost impossible. But when Bitcoin was heavily in its trade era, we saw Bitcoin move from 1 cent to 10 cents to $1 to $50 to $100. I mean, in space of 6 months, in space of 1 year. This is 10,000%, 1,000%. It's unbelievable. You can only have unbelievable, or I should say unrealistic return on your investment if you are actually buying into a cryptocurrency when that cryptocurrency still has huge opportunity in its trade era. And I'm telling you right now as an expert in this industry that the trade era in Bitcoin has less potential compared to a spend era. Now, Bitcoin is more about the usability, people accepting it. ATMs, you can cash out money with Bitcoin. Some e-commerce platform accept Bitcoin. People are using it. People are using it. So you don't start by asking, how can the currency be used? No, the first thing is that the currency goes through the trade era, and when the value gets up to a particular point, when the value got up to a particular point, It moves gradually from the trade era into the spend era. I think that's understood. Now, if that is understood, you would want to invest into a currency that is still in its trade era. That's why I say, welcome to YOcoin. It is the world's first true community-driven cryptocurrency, still at the moment in its trade era. And I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Now, something you need to realize is that YOcoin is decentralized. It's not owned by any company. It's not owned by anybody. It is controlled by you and myself. The value today is determined by you and myself. And this is a true currency. It's not a currency that keeps going up and up and up. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. So it fluctuates. It's real time. Just like Naira will be 480 tomorrow, 490 next tomorrow, 450. It fluctuates. That is the true representation of a currency. So YOcoin appreciates and fluctuates. Now I'm going to show you an example. Okay. If you can see my screen very well, okay, this account actually, let me see if this will come up very well. Okay, very good. Just hope it's clear enough. This lady invested $2,000 sometime 4 days ago, and she was able to acquire 117,045 YOcoins. Why? Because the time she bought it, the value of YOcoin was about 1 point something cent. Now look at it this way: if the cost of a cell phone is 10 naira and you have 100 naira, you can buy 10. But if the cost of the cell phone becomes 50 naira, with the same 100 naira, you can buy only 2. So the deal here is not just about the amount of money you're investing. The deal here is how much coins can I get for this amount of money? And I tell you, for you to get more coins, you need to buy, for the same amount of investment, you need to buy the coins when the value per coin is low, very low. So somebody who invested $2,000, when the value of YOcoin is 10 cents, we have less coins compared to somebody who invested the same $2,000 when the value of YOcoin is 1 cent. Okay, now if you look at this diagram carefully, same amount of coins as you can see, but the amount in USD. In less than 48 hours, YOcoin went from 1.9 cents to about 6 cents. This lady's investment tripled. I mean, I saw it at $7,000, from $2,000 to $7,000 in less than 24 hours. But as I speak with you today, it's rallying around $5,000+ because we had a little retracement. That's a true value, a true currency. It doesn't just keep going up. It goes up and comes down a little, gains momentum and goes up. But guess what? This lady's $2,000, she can never get this deal anywhere again. Because with the $2,000 she's invested, as the value of YOcoin goes up, if YOcoin becomes $1 and she has 117,000 coins, that means she's going to have her investment worth $117,000. It's just like, forget about the amount of money you put in 20 years ago to buy 20 acres of land. If tomorrow each acre of land is 1 million naira, that means the 20 acres is worth 20 million naira. That's the same thing. The amount of coins that you get is what should be of interest to you. Because right now with $2,000, she was able to get 117,000 coins. If tomorrow the value of YOcoin becomes $10 per coin, guess what happens? It becomes 117,000 times 10. And guess how much that is? That would be $1.1 million. And how much did it take her to get that? $2,000. Even if it takes 3 years or 4 years for YOcoin to move from where it is today, which is around 4, 5, 6 cents, to $10 per YOcoin. Listen, friend, $2,000 today in Naira, it's about 1 point something million. If putting 1 million Naira into an asset, and another 3 or 4 years, like we saw with Bitcoin, that asset of 1 million Naira that you use in purchasing that asset, it becomes $1 million. $1 million with an exchange of 500 Naira, it's $500 million Naira, friend. So even if it takes YOcoin 5 years to get to $10 per coin, friend, it's worth it. You agree with me? And so this lady, for example, she should be so happy. And that's why we say the time, and this is from the words of John F. Kennedy, one of the astounding presidents of the United States. He said, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. All right. So let's go there. So you understand exactly what I mean now when I talk about the trade era, because YOcoin is still in a trade era. So it is good time to buy. Listen, this is not the time thinking of selling. And someone asked me if I want to sell, how can I sell? It's the simplest thing to do, because you can sell, you can exchange your YOcoin for Bitcoin, you can exchange your YOcoin for Naira. It is simple. You don't even need anybody to sell. It's just like if you have pounds, for example, you can walk up to a bookie and say, this is pounds. They confirm it is real pounds. They give you Naira or any amount of money or any currency you want in the world. That's how YOcoin is. YOcoin can be exchanged for any cryptocurrency in the world, including Bitcoin. And it can also be exchanged for any fiat currency, US dollars, euro, pounds, whatever. So that is established. Now, YOcoin has a Nigeria office at Allen Avenue, Keja. Okay, well, you can go in there and see things for yourself. And there's a phone number, Monday to Friday, international phone number. The customer care is real time. I chatted with them today, and their response was really, really very fast. Okay, so swift. Now, become a YOcoin customer, right? Become a YOcoin customer. You open an account for free. All right, it doesn't cost anything to have an account with YOcoin, and that's why it's exciting. I remember talking to one of my friends in the country of Ireland, and I just told her about it. She went online and she just opened an account. It's just like saying you want to buy whatever. Say you want to buy a Samsung phone. Okay, just go online and say, hey, there's Samsung. And there's so many shops selling Samsung. Okay, so becoming a YOcoin customer, I mean having some YOcoins, is open online. But this is what you need to look at. You don't just want to buy YOcoin just for buying sake. You want to buy YOcoin through a channel that can also give you an opportunity to earn money weekly. All right. And that is why we're here. And that's the part 2 of this discussion. All right. So you fund your account, and you can fund your account with your Visa or MasterCard or wire transfer or Bitcoin or Perfect Money or direct deposit or global payment process. There's so many ways to change money or to fund your account, right? So whoever sent you this video or whoever put you on this meeting today, I believe he or she must have funded his account and didn't know exactly how to guide you through. So irrespective of where you are, whether you're in Nigeria or in Africa or outside Africa, you can fund your YOcoin account with your normal currency or with Bitcoin or anything. It's so simple, right? It's very simple. Now, this gives you an opportunity to earn Bitcoin and US dollars weekly.
It's crazy.
That's it. And now this opportunity to earn money weekly, it's not compulsory. Now, whether you get into this opportunity or not, when you buy YOcoins, as the value of YOcoin appreciates, you still make money. Now, it's just like you buy a land, for example. As the value of the land appreciates, whether you have built something on the land or not, the value of the land will appreciate. That is what we're talking about here. But if you have decided to build something on that land, okay, you are not only going to be gaining, appreciation of the value of the land, you're also going to be gaining rental value appreciation. And that's it. So somebody who has built on this land will not only gain appreciation of land is also gaining rental value appreciation. Same with the person who decides to buy YOcoin and decides to build a team with it. He's not only going to gain value as the YOcoin is increasing in value, he also is going to earn money, US dollars, Bitcoin on a weekly basis as people buy YOcoin in his team. And that's exciting. And I'm proud to be part of this system at this time. And I would encourage you to be part of it too. I'll tell you this short story. This lady who invested $2,000 sometime 3 years ago. She was like, I like this opportunity. I like the fact that my money will go up and grow. I like the fact that I'm investing into an asset, okay, because this is not a Ponzi. This is not a pump and dump scheme. They said, but I think I don't like the other parts when you say I can earn money weekly by, inviting people to invest too. I said, okay, great, no problem. Less than 24 hours when she saw $2,000 becoming close to $7,000, come see her. Calling her friends up and say, hey, listen, I need to get you connected to one of my business partners. I think this guy has a key that we all need to access right now. And that is it. And guess what? She did that and she didn't even know that I would pay her money. And guess what? Her friends were coming in with $2,000, some $5,000, some $10,000. And I'm like, hey, check your account, you're getting paid. She was like, what do you mean? I said, yes, growing the community, you get paid too. She said, wow, I'm going to take this serious. Okay, so, that's exciting. All right. How do you earn weekly? Number one, fast start bonus. Now, one of our friends who came in, who bought YOcoins, invested $10,000, for example. She who invited her to buy YOcoins, she gets 10% of whatever her friend invested. So 10% of $10,000, she gets $1,000. Okay, that's a fast start bonus, and it's paid every week. Number two, dual team bonus. For the dual team, every person you invite into YOcoin will be in either on your left or your right side of your dual team. All right. Now, this is a very simple concept. You have to place them either on your left or your right. Now, at the end of the week, okay, it's real time. The team side that has lesser transaction volume, you are paid 10% of the total volume. Now, I hope you can see my cursor. Let's say this guy came in with $10,000. That means on your left, you have $10,000 as volume. If this guy comes in with $10,000, then on your left, you now have $20,000. If this one comes in with $50,000, that means on your left, you now have 20 plus 50, which is $70,000. Now, at the same time, if on your right, these three people came in together with a total of $40,000, that means on your right, you have $40,000. Because you're right, you have lesser amount of transaction, you will be paid 10% of $40,000 as your dual team bonus, which is $4,000. That's how it works. It's very simple. Now, the third way to earn, which is the last way to earn, it's okay. That's it. Just giving an explanation of how this works. It's the match pay income. This is amazing. Now, I said, did you know that anytime any of your friends earn the dual pay, the dual team bonus, you who invited out your friend some time ago, anytime your friend earns a dual team bonus, you earn what is called the match pay income. And what's the match pay income? You earn 10% of whatever they earn. Hello, everybody. I just hope everybody will be hearing me. Let me stop my recording.
Hello, we hear you.
Please, can you write on the chat to confirm that you have been hearing me? If you have been hearing me, type G2G, which is good to go, so that I can continue. If you have been hearing me all this while, because my internet went off. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Exciting, exciting, exciting. All right, so let's go live. Let's go live. No time. Let's go live. Let's go live. So, like I was saying, I said, did you know that anytime your friend earns a DWAP team bonus or income, you earn a match pay income, which is 10%. So it doesn't stop there. You also earn to the third and to the fourth level. Sorry, to the third level. So let's work it this way. She comes on board, refers a friend called Vivian. And Vivian earns that week $10,000 as DWAP paid income. She gets 10% of it because Vivian is a child, like in the system, genealogy, your child. So you get 10% from all of your children's income. It doesn't stop there. Your children also have their own children invited, which will be your grandchildren. You earn 10% of all your grandchildren's income every week. And at the third level, which is your grandchildren, you earn your great-grandchildren, you earn 15% of all your grandchildren's income. And listen, normally, your grandchildren will be more than your children. And your great-grandchildren will most likely be more than your grandchildren and your children combined together. See why this is exciting. As the level goes deeper, your percentage increases. And that's why I say it's easier to do another 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 US dollars per week in the system. So that brings me to the end of my presentation evening. I do hope I've been able to address the fact that with this opportunity, more people will emerge as billionaires actually in another 3, 4, 5 years, irrespective of how small your investment is today. Remember, since you're buying in cents, you can imagine when the value becomes single unit dollar or double unit digit dollar, or perhaps $1,000. So thank you very much. I'd like to open the line right now to your questions. I'll stop my video right now, my recording, so that I can hear questions now. Going here. Very good, very good.